Hey B-Siders, thanks for tuning in to this brand new episode. And today I'm going to share a little bit about why I've chose this song, Evacuate the Dance Floor, as my title. And as you can imagine, if you know the song, it's a very explosive, very upbeat and powerful song. So that's exactly how I want to come back after my break. So without further ado, let's get straight into the episode. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining me for this episode. I'm very excited to be back. I'm very excited to record a new episode, to share or to start sharing again with you all the good stuff that music is, all the powerful things music can do for us. And I've chosen this song, Evacuate the Dance Floor, which is a really cool, groovy sound music song that literally will get you off your chair, off your bed, wherever you are, and on your feet and straight into busting a move, whatever that might be, if that's on the dance floor, if that's at home, in the shower, in the kitchen, wherever. And to be fairly honest, I actually didn't have this song in mind when I first started putting together the points for this episode, the key points I want to talk about. And it actually came, and here's another honesty thing. I've actually already recorded this episode. I was finished editing it. I was in the middle of doing the transcript for it, for my website, and I just didn't feel happy about it. So I took a step back, and here I am re-recording it and sharing a new song, which I think is so much more fitting for where I am, where I want to take things. I've chosen this song because it reminds me of a time where I felt really energetic, really happy, really into life, full of joy, full of excitement. And even though I didn't know exactly what my future would hold, I was living more in the present and I was super happy about that. And I guess in a way, this is where I want to head with my life. And you heard that right. I'm not quite there yet, even though I'm probably very bubbly in this episode and I'm very excited. To be truthful, life's currently not exactly like that, and it hasn't been for a while. So if you listened to any of my previous episode, you know that I've been on struggle street for a little while now. And I do understand that a lot of people go, oh, come on, B, why do you love living on struggle street? And why are you still there? Surely you can get yourself out of this mess. You're always so upbeat and happy when we're on a coffee chat or when you're on these episodes. You always come across as so super happy and energetic and everything. Well, guys, life, you can put on a mask sometimes, and I don't want you guys to see me constantly whinging and whining about my life or being, crying in front of a camera, or when you're listening to this, hearing me sobbing. I'm not that kind of person. I don't necessarily show my emotions a lot. And if you know me a little bit, you know that's true. I struggle with that a lot and I close off emotionally as well. So that's a bit of a revelation about myself. However, at my core, I'm a positive person. So whilst I'm on this struggle street and whilst I'm dealing with some rather heavy stuff that I've never dealt with in my life, I'm trying to find ways that can balance me out a little bit. And having a 2-month break with my podcast, which was kind of forced on me in a way. I only wanted to take off about a month. It turned into 2 months because there were some challenges, like we had to move. We couldn't stay where we were, so we had to move house. Then there's some other things that I feel are too private at this point that I don't want to share, but are pretty heavy, pretty new. I've never dealt with them before. And they do have an impact on my overall health, especially my mental health. But don't worry, I'm trying to deal with them as best as I can. I'm very upfront about them with my close circle, so I've got support there. And I'm not in any shape or form on the floor, if you know what I mean. I know there's people out there who have it a lot worse than me, and I'm grateful that I've got a roof over my head and, things will change. Having said that, though, just on a side note, and this goes then back into why I've chose this song, I would just like to point out that sometimes humans go through struggle street for a different length of time. So for some people, it might only be a month, 6 months, or a year. For others, it might be a few years, or it's a lifelong struggle. I'm really learning at the moment that it's okay to be in struggle street and still doing your best, trying to make it out of there and back onto the joyride, so to speak. Won't dive into that too much. It's probably a topic for another episode. Moving back though to Evacuate the Dance Floor. If you know this song, it talks about music basically is a drug that really takes over your whole being, like your mind, your body, your soul, and you can get lost in it. It's like a drug. And this is exactly because over this 2 months break, I've dove a little bit more into my why. Why is living on the B-side still so important to me? Why am I pursuing this? And also, why am I not more successful with my podcast? Why are not more people listening to it? Am I doing something wrong? Doubt creeps in because it's season 4 now. And personally, I do feel my numbers don't reflect my personal growth. They don't reflect how I feel and believe how successful and how impactful living on the B-side should be. So there was a lot of thinking going on about, do I want to continue? Why am I bothering? It's just this whole full circle of emotion went on top of everything else. And thankfully, and I don't even remember when and how it happened, this song popped up and I listened to it and it hit me really straight into my heart and my soul. This is why I'm doing Living on the B-side, because music is my passion. I love music. I think music is the best thing that ever happened to us humans. It's such a good medicine for us. It's a lifesaver. And I've also watched a few interviews that like other artists did. A lot of artists have their own YouTube channel. And there's one particular artist in every episode, for some reason, he always said, music can save lives. And sorry, I'm getting a bit teary because it's just so true. Music is saving lives. And I'm seeing that on a daily basis, not just for myself, but for others. If they're either a fan or just or a listener of music or a creator of music in some shape or form or working in the music industry, music saves lives. And this made me come back to my why. I'm doing Living on the B-side because I know music can save us. And this is the reason why I'm sharing my music stories. I'm sharing other guests' stories. And this is also the reason why I want to include ways and research and tips and information around music that we can use for our own well-being. And this is, I think, the component that I was missing a lot. It's not just about having guests on my podcast or people who write a blog post about their favorite song. It's also about sharing with you guys practical things, practical stuff we can do to really help ourselves by using music. Because trust me, guys, the more I dive into this, the more I read up, the more I do research. Yes, there's music therapy, and I mean that in itself is just incredible, guys. If you haven't read up on music therapy, please do it. It's just, I think it's so important, especially now that there's more research coming out about dementia, for example, that more and more people will have dementia, more younger people are getting dementia. Music therapy is one way to help those patients. So this is probably the component I felt like was missing from Living on the B-side. So this is part of my why. I want to be part of this ripple effect that showcases that music is one of the most powerful tools that we have, that we can use in our daily life to make ourselves feel better, emotionally, physically, mentally. And guess what, guys? It's generally free. We don't have to pay, or we don't have to pay much for it. So 2 months break, Evacuate the Dance Floor is such a powerful song. It talks about music being this drug that just pulls you in, that just makes you forget everything, that makes you feel right, that makes you feel powerful, that makes you feel invincible, that makes you feel better, that can change your life one song at a time. So please go listen to this song. Put it on your morning playlist. Play it when you get out of bed and have a dance in your bedroom while you're in your PJs, right? And please, guys, I really want to be part of this ripple effect. So if either you are a person who is an artist, who is dealing with music, who's making music, who's got a job in the music industry of some shape or form, please get in touch. I really want to. I just don't want this to be a ripple effect. I want this to be a freaking tsunami that rolls over the globe and, gets every person in its wake and makes their life in some shape or form better. If that means putting a smile on their face or completely changing their life. Because I know for a fact, by having so many guests on my podcasts that shared their incredible stories that made them want to live again, that made them change their life, that had a huge impact in their life, and also from personal experience, that music is one of the keys for us to live a better life. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. Evacuate the dance floor. Seriously, guys, I feel I've got my passion back. This 2 months break that I've had was, whilst it didn't always feel needed, it was needed. Whilst I am still struggling in a lot of areas of my life, living on the B-side is my medicine. You guys are my medicine. Thank you for being part of it. Thank you for, keep me going, because sometimes it can be a lonely place doing this podcast and putting my voice out there in the universe and not hearing an echo back or anything like that. But I truly believe that anyone who needs to hear this will hear it. And if you know anyone that could be interested in what I'm sharing, please send them away. So there's 2 requests I have, just as a recap. If you want to be part of Living on the B-side, either by writing a blog post or being a guest on my podcast or have any other collaboration ideas, I'm here. Please get in touch. Or if that's not something you can maybe support me with, just share it. Just share it around. One friend at a time will cause a massive ripple effect. And guess what? We are going to create some amazing things together. Okay, well, this episode definitely fell on spot, definitely felt right. And I can't wait, guys, for you to listen to it and, hopefully feel the same way about things. Okay, I'm off now. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please let me know if you like this song and any other requests I put out there. Please get in touch. And I'll be back with you guys very, very soon. Until then, I wish you much music and love. Take care. Until next time. Bye for now. Bye.